Greetings, everyone. It's your favorite optometrist, Dr. Daryl Glover, and welcome to Hanging with Your Favorite Optometrist. Today's guest really needs no introduction because we know her all across the LinkedIn platform. And if you know me, I love LinkedIn, so I love all the great content that our colleague with us today is putting out there. Friends and family, I would like to welcome our colleague, the great, the amazing entrepreneur, Dr. Kristie Nguyen. How are you doing, Dr. Kristie?
Hi, I'm doing well. Super nervous, but doing good.
You should never be nervous. All you have to do is smile and just love life, and everything is great.
Definitely smiling.
All right. Well, thank you for hanging out with me today. It looks like we already have people jumping on. How's it going, Docs? Excited about tonight. But today they must be in another part of the world. So that means we have an international presence already, which is pretty exciting.
Yay.
We got another comment here as well. Tony Summer. Hey, Tony, what's going on? Hi, guys. Look great, folks. Who else is out there in the world? Feel free to tune in and tell us where you're from, where you're representing. We're about to have some fun today. So how's your day been so far? What'd you do?
Well, I woke up and I exercised.
Okay, that's good.
So I did that, and then I just started working on some social media stuff, updating one of the new platforms that somebody shared with me was Web Talk. I mean, I'm already part of it, but I didn't really finish my profile, so I was working on that. So
nice. We're getting more stuff coming in. Looks like we have Dwayne in the UK. Shout out to Dwayne doing some great stuff with social media out in the UK. Thank you for tuning in. We also have the lovely Dr. Justin down in Orlando, Florida.
Thanks, Loretta.
And it looks like we also have some more love again from out in the UK. It's Zelda.
Yay.
Yeah, I love it. Wow, these are just popping in like crazy. And we have Obi. Shout out to Obi. He's in South Africa. Let me tell you guys, Obi is the man in South Africa, and Obi is the man in Africa in general. The stuff that he is doing out there is just unmatched. I mean, shout out to him for really killing the game and providing the tools that optometrists need to be great in our industry. You guys should definitely check out the books that he's putting out as well. Someone else again excited about tonight's session.
Ooh, Adam's on. Hi, Adam.
Yeah, let's see.
Aaron. Hi, Aaron.
Shout out to Aaron. All right. Love you guys. Wow. Anyone else checking in? This is great. Yeah, throwing the hands up. Woo woo.
Definitely making this nervousness less nervous, knowing
you got all your people here. Florida in the house, Dr. Adam Ramsey, Socialite Vision. You know, that guy also, he's incredible. His mind, sometimes I just sit down and just say, Adam, talk. What she loves to do, and I just listen and soak it all in so I can have all that game that he has when it comes to eye care.
He's doing a live broadcast tonight too at 8:00.
Yeah, he is, and I'll be tuning in to that. Make sure you guys check that out. Go to Dr. Adam Ramsey's Facebook page, and you can get the link. That way you can tune in. Kristie, you're a star. Hi. All the way from Cali, Frank Gomez. Wow, people are coming out. That's what's up. Dr. Ramsey, I'm actually wearing an Oliver Goldsmith frame. This is actually an aviator frame, the Colt design, and I changed it to regular lenses. I actually have the transitions in here. So, you know, I like to switch it up and change it up a little bit as well.
So I'm answering Dr. Adams' question about my hair color. I actually have 6 colors that I mixed together to get the 3 that you do see. So if you have the light falls, you will see the different colors.
So next week on the next show, I'm going to work on doing my hair color as well. How do you think I'll look? Maybe bald head, you know, paint a little on this side, a little on this side, and the back as well. I can be trendy, right?
Yes.
All right, and then we have greetings from Nigeria. Hey, Dr. Mary, good to see you. She's doing some great things out there as well. And more UK folks. Wow, people are coming out. Woo. All right, so let's go ahead and get started now that we have a great roll call. Looks like we're showing live on Facebook as well as LinkedIn, which is great. Let's take it from the top. You know, for those that may not be familiar with who you are, let's break it down.
Okay, so my name is Kristie Nguyen. I am an optometrist. I've been practicing for 15 years here in Orlando, Florida. I am married. I do have two beautiful girls. They are 9 and 11. So how did I get into optometry? A lot of people ask me that. I grew up in a very religious family. I'm not going to name names or anything like that, but I went to church literally every single day. Every day, rain or shine or snow, because I actually am from Texas originally. We went to church. So, after a while, things just kind of zone out. You kind of zone out in church, or you're daydreaming half the time. Well, one day, I remember very instinctively, I was in, I think, middle school, and I was looking for ways to a career path. And I knew I wanted to help people. I'm super squeamish about blood. So anything that had blood, I completely ruled out. So I was sitting there in church, and it was the sermon about how Jesus cured the blind. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm blind technically. I mean, I wear glasses and I can't see without my glasses and my contact lens. So what if I could do what Jesus did, but without the surgery? Like, what can I do? So that's how optometry came into my path. And literally, from then on, I was laser focused from high school. Like I said, I actually knew in high school. So I take it back. Wow. I actually knew in high school with this. And so junior high was straight through. College, everything was zoned in. So I just said, if you put me on this path, you got to take me through it. So I don't care how I do it. I need to finish this path. And that's what I did. I just went straight through.
That's a heck of a story. I mean, it was your calling, and
it definitely is my calling. I love helping people also.
I'm a man of faith, so I understand exactly where you're coming from. And, that's what we're here for, to help people. I mean, the more you give, the more you receive. And, in eye care, we're blessed in the industry where, we are working with the most precious gift out there when it comes to certain senses, so vision is the most precious gift, in my personal opinion.
I agree.
So, it's a beautiful thing to be able to, not only give a pair of glasses, but also prescribe that prescription to help someone see, to take their life to the next level, whether it's in their work setting, whether it's, a hobby or activity, or just seeing their young one that's just born. I mean, it's a precious gift that's out there. So I'm rocking with you all day on that one.
Definitely. Because for some people, it's life-changing. I've had people come in and they're like, this is the best I've ever been able to see. And I've seen many, many doctors. And, a lot of them are amblyopic for whatever reason. And I was like, you know what? Forget it. Let me take a look at your eyes. And I get them to see so well that they're literally in tears. Oh, man. And that's what I do, why I do what I do. Because I'm not going to let what other people have done for my patients, but let me be their doctor. So those are the moments I live for. I'm like, I want to make that one impact where it just like literally changed someone's life. And I can literally say I've done that multiple times, and I will continue to do it as long as, I'm able. So.
Absolutely. My colleague, Dr. Adam Ramsey, and I, we're always talking about creating that ultimate experience in eye care.
Yes.
And when you can create that experience and people can remember that, they're going to be your word of mouth. They're going to go out into the community. They're going to talk about my doctor, Dr. Nguyen. She made me see through walls. And if you want to see through walls, come see her. And I never had vision out of this eye, but now I'm seeing a lot sharper and clearer. So that's great. That's great. It looks like we have a few more comments here. Earlier, I showed one from India, another South Africa. Someone's asking, what's the route to become an optometrist in the U.S.? That's another show that we'd have to bring out for you, but it is 4 years undergrad, 4 years optometry school. Now some programs actually have a 3-year accelerated program, the Pennsylvania College of Optometry at Salus University. So you might want to start there to check that out. Dr. Justin, how do you stay looking so young? Are you talking to me or are you talking to Dr. Kristie? Do you have an answer for that? Because I'm going to go with jeans.
Some of it, but also good skincare. So it all starts on good skincare that you have to be consistent with.
Yeah. Tony Summers, amen. Patient journey and fantastic results are key. Now, I'm glad that you mentioned great skincare and things of that nature, because one thing that I really want to touch on today is entrepreneurship. You have your hands in a little bit of everything, which is pretty cool because it helps out during, pandemics and things of this nature.
Definitely.
Not only are you an optometrist, but you're an entrepreneur. You have your hands in, more of the medical side, more of the retail side with frame lines, and also the business side with some other endeavors that you have going on. So let's just talk about a little bit of how you became an entrepreneur, what kind of clicked in you to take that jump into that world.
Sure. So it happened about 3.5 years ago. I was talking to one of the nurses I was working with at the time at the Children's Medical Service, and she kind of needed some extra income. And I was like, you know what? I know this one business, my friend's been doing really well. Why don't you look into it? She's like, yeah. So I went home and started looking into it. And I was like, you know what? I was working 5 days a week. I was super burnt out. I didn't have any time to myself. We weren't traveling. And like I said, you just get into that point where you're just like, oh, I'm so bummed. I worked so hard to get here and I'm working my butt off and I'm not getting anywhere. And I wasn't even making enough money to put towards my retirement. And I was like, why don't I do this? Why can't I make this extra income passively through social media, which I wasn't on. I was a very private person, but I was like, well, I'm very coachable. If I put my mind to something, I would do it. But if there is a way for me to make extra money without actually having to clock in to see patients or leave my house, why not? So that's where my journey began. And I started with a company, a huge skincare company, and we've been doing really well. Last month, I was the top salesperson for like 4 teams.
Wow.
So that's pretty crazy considering it was, with the pandemic, but that was my only source of income. And that's why I share it very passionately, because the products do work. And I attribute that to how young I look. A lot of people don't realize how old I am. Like I said, I started with my whole school before I had kids. So when I tell people I'm actually 40, they're like, what? So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But then from that, as I was growing my social media, my networking, reaching out to people, that definitely helped attract attention with other people in the networking. I don't know how you said networking world.
Yeah.
So really in 2020, I was approached by 3 different companies to work with them.
Yeah.
The first was Dr. Light, which is like a blue, they specialize in blue lamps, which I'm actually using right now as my selfie light for this video, even though it's actually just a blue light lamp that my daughter uses for her school.
And is that DRLIGHT?
L-I-T-E, just Dr.
L-I-T-E.
L-I-T-E, yes.
So DRLITE.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So it has 3 light setting and it works great as a selfie light. As you can see, this is the highest setting. Also, I was approached by another person through LinkedIn to help grow his company called OptoZoom. So OptoZoom basically is an online optical goods platform so that offices, mostly eye care practitioner, can go to purchase their supplies for their office without having to have multiple accounts, reaching multiple different companies to get their supplies. They could just go to one-stop shop and get everything.
Nice.
So I do have a coupon code for that if you need it. It works great because they do carry post-COVID supplies for your office if you're looking for some. And then I was also recently approached to be a brand ambassador for a luxury eyewear called Kazuku Lunettes, and I've been posting about that as well. So it's been such a journey because I never would in a million years imagine being here and just putting myself out there, being vulnerable, and just sharing me. Like I said, I'm such an introvert that this is like crazy. People are almost, you're an introvert? I'm like, yes, if you met me in anywhere, I would be the fly on the wall.
It's funny you mentioned that. The folks that I see heavy on social media are introverts. I remember Jennifer Tsai, Dr. Jennifer Tsai, she told me she was an introvert as well, but she's like a rock star when it comes to Instagram and social media as well. So it's always amazing how the introverts tend to be the leaders in the eye care industry on social media. Now, that first company you were talking about, that was what? Rodan and Fields that you've done work with?
Rodan and Fields, yes.
Rodan and Fields. Okay, gotcha. Now, we have some questions here and some comments. This was actually something that we were going to, looks like your influencer, hashtag Dr. Kristie. something I was going to jump into later on, but folks are asking, you know, how are you able to manage all this this stuff? I mean, this is a lot that you have going on.
So I have a planner. Before it used to be a manual. So I always have a manual planner, but I also have my iPhone. I definitely use the calendar to put in appointments, and I separate them by color coding them. So I know if it's what I'm doing on that day and what the colors mean. So it's easy at a glance. So I know what I need to do, but I do designate that out. I don't work all the time. I do have a life. Like I said, I do have a family, and they do take up a lot of time. So when I do work, I am working the entire day. I would, between breaks, put in whatever time I can on social media, reaching out to people, just connecting. I think the biggest thing about networking that people don't understand is you just have to connect, and that's really just saying hi or how are you doing, creating that connection, the relationship. But I have to put everything down. If I don't put it down on my calendar, it doesn't happen. And I just don't have that kind of memory, not after having 2 kids and with all the activities I do. I mean, you know, those are the things that I get paid for. What I don't get paid for is being, you know, a board member for Optometry Divas, which I've been a member for at least 2+ years. Loretta can correct me, but I believe in her mission to grow this other group. So I've been helping her in this group, and, you know, it's all pro bono, but I love doing it, and it gets me out there talking to people, which, like I said, I wouldn't be the first person to approach people in a room. So so some of the things that I would do differently is, you know, if you can't approach people, have people approach you.
Yes.
So I think that's why I do the skincare, because people do approach me and ask me what I'm using. Because everybody always wants to look younger. Nobody wants wrinkles, but you know, it just makes your face like freeze. But then that's also why I do my hairstyle like this, because not a lot of Asians have short hair. Most often not short colored hair either. So that's why I put so many colors. I got recognized and called out like literally so much when I went to the Vision Expo in New York last year, because people recognized me for my hair color. They're just like, "Oh, there you are, Kristie." I'm like, "What? Who?" So if you can't approach people, make people approach you. So do something that's signature to you. I think Dr. Adam Ramsey is really good. I think he wears a hat all the time. So I think that's like his signature. So, you know, whatever it is, you just have to stand out, and then people will approach you.
Yeah.
Because
I agree. You know, my signature and the same thing is when I'm out, people come up to me because of my beard. They're like, "Oh, yeah, this is the bearded person." And funny story, 2 stories actually. One pertaining to Dr. Adam Ramsey. We'll get to that. And the second one, due to a barber that I went to at one point in time. I went to Vision Expo, and my barber that normally shapes up my beard and everything, he wasn't here. So I went to another barber, and let me tell you, he jacked me up. I mean, he cut my beard short, and it didn't look right, and I just looked like some square guy off the street. And I was just like, this is not it. So I almost cried, because I was like, I'm about to jump on the plane to go to Vision Expo. As soon as I get to Vision Expo, I walk into the conference hall. Someone comes up to me and they're like, "Oh, your beard is not as big as it looks online." And I almost cried. I mean, it hurt my feelings so much because I take so much pride in my beard. But yes, you have certain things that stand out. Your hair, my beard, Adam Ramsey with his hat. Let me get into the story about that hat. We were in Vision Expo, Las Vegas, walking. He had this brilliant idea. Let's walk to the hotel. It's right down the street. That walk took about an hour, and he was talking about it was going to take 10 minutes. But on the way to that hotel, taking that hour, we stopped by this store. That was a hat store. So we walk in there. It's about maybe like 11:30 at night, and we walk in. We start looking at the hats. I pick up a hat, and I look at the price of the hat, and I'm like, $200 for this hat? I said, "Oh, hell no, man. I'm about to go home, man. Let's go. Let's go to the hotel." So he started looking around, and he was like, "Oh, there's nothing in here for me anyways," because Adam has a big head. I don't know if you really know that or not. His head is huge.
I have a big head.
So, you know, he has to have the right size frame for his face and also the right size hat. And there was a young lady in there, and she's like, "Oh, no, sir, we have something. We have something for you." And yes, Adam, I'm telling that story. She was like, "No, I have something for you." So she brought out like 3 or 4 hats that could fit his head size. And let me tell you, the price of those hats, they were big as well. I'm not even going to touch how much he's paying for these hats. But yes, just to circle back, having that signature can make a world of difference for you when it comes to branding. And that's what we're doing day in and day out.
Yes. And that's why I cut my own hair and I color my own hair, because I can't trust somebody.
Well, I told my guy, which is my best friend's husband's wife, my wife's best friend's husband. I said, look, if I have another conference and you can't cut me up, man, I'm not even going to do anything. I'm just going to go scruffy. I don't mind it, because I'm not going to risk myself looking crazy anymore. But yeah, it looks like we have some more comments here. Empower, connect, promote, optometry divas. Dr. Justin is doing her thing. Rockstar Beer, thank you so much. You just made me feel good. Looks like we have another comment here. Keep up the good work, Kristie. It's always good to see you. I agree. You're always smiling and shining. So, that just radiates and it gives the energy that we need to make our day better. Hello from someone else. And yeah. Okay, Adam, if you say so, buddy. And we have another comment here. Always great watching your guest live takeaway. Bring people to you. Stand out. Always real. Impactful. Absolutely. It's always about branding, whether it's, doctor to doctor, business to business, or doctor to patient. It's the same thing. You have to have those relationships. You have to be able to brand yourself and grow. And then it looks like we have another one that says they like that red color. Now, let's touch on this social media. I thought I was the king of LinkedIn with, about 18,000 followers, but you definitely are the queen of LinkedIn with 27, almost 28,000 followers. Let's talk about, how important that is when it comes to branding and just the networking aspect as well.
Well, the more people you're connected to, the more people you can help. So that's how I look at it. I do look at it in terms of the branding aspect, but it's more of who can I connect with whom. So I think once I start connecting with all these people, they start reaching out to me when they need advice on eye care or skincare. And that's what I do it for. So I do answer a lot of questions, even this morning about somebody from another country that who was interested in becoming an optometrist in the US. I get those questions a lot. But it's just, just putting yourself out there and just connecting with people, like I said, not just on your own post, but on other people's posts. Because if you're only concentrating on yourself, like I said, you're not bringing any benefits to that. So I do try to reach out to the people who's supporting my posts, and I go and see what they're posting, and I try to comment or like and add value to what they're providing. Because we all have something to share. And that's what I do with my network. I say, you know what I do isn't hard. You just have to commit to doing it. Like, you just have to put that piece of mindset and say, I will do this. Even if I'm scared, just do it. Because the more you do it, the less nervous you become. I mean, I'm still sweating, so I'm not even saying that. But you just have to do it. So people come to me with advice like that all the time. And now they're flourishing on LinkedIn. And it makes me so happy to know that they reach out to me at one point and ask for my advice on how to get started. And I was like, just do it. People love pictures, but they love videos even more. So if you're able to put out a video, it's a better connection for your network, because now they can hear you, they can see you. So it just brings on a different dimension of connection to your relationship. It's definitely more authentic, but definitely try to provide value to other people and what they're sharing, because like I said, it's all about helping each other.
Absolutely. No fear, right?
Oh, fear, definitely.
Now, we have a great question here. If you want to grow your network, how do you start outside of some of the things that you just touched on in regards to, commenting on other people's social media platforms? How do you get started? And another question, which platform do you start on? Like, what's your advice in regards to that?
So it depends on how you want to grow your business. If it's a professional, then LinkedIn is a really good place. I mean, one of the newer one is Web Talk. I can definitely share my link, but that's one of those where if you refer people and they start growing their network on there, you actually can make a commission off that. So that actually
Web Talk?
Back. I'm like, wait a minute, what? So one of my network actually approached me and told me that. So I said, wait a minute, let me go in and start working on that right now, because I want to make some money. Right now, because I guess I was part of the beta testers, so I got grandfathered in. So now to get in, you have to have a referral. So I can definitely include that link. So the more people you refer and they start referring, I guess they're trying to kind of outdo LinkedIn. So you can do personal connection as well as professional connections, but it's just very, very similar in terms of the platform. You can post stuff, share stuff, things like that, but it's just another way for people to reach out to you and gain business. But you can make money off of it. And that's where I'm just like, wait, I can make residual income just referring people and getting them set up. Yes. So that's what I look for. LinkedIn is another good place because there's, everybody on LinkedIn is professional. They're looking for something. They're looking for advice. They're looking for information. So if you have information to share, share it. Or you have it, or you know somebody who have it, share their post or offer something that you have on itself. Facebook is an older generation kind of platform. So, I mean, it's more personal. So I don't like to add a lot of different people on there because, like I said, it's more of my private account, but I do share stuff on there. I do add people, but you definitely can do that. Instagram is good if you're looking for a younger crowd, maybe in your teens up to 40s. That's where the bulk of Instagram is. So it all depends on your target audience. You have to figure out who your audience is, who you want to reach, and what you want to, share. But, I'm learning all different platforms, but there's only 24 hours in a day, so I can't get myself on all these different platforms. It would drive me crazy because I need me time. So I've learned, to put my mommy guilt to the side and really just do things that is beneficial for me. Before I used to not do anything for me until my whole family's asleep because, I work all day. I'm exhausted. I get home. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. And then once everybody's asleep, then it's me time. Then I can read my book. I can watch my Korean dramas. I can play my Candy Crush. It doesn't matter. So, but I don't have to do that now. Now I can do it during regular daylight hours because I managed to have all these extra sources of income so that I can do stuff and not have to sleep on 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night. So, but like I said, just know who your target audience is and figure out what platform is going to be the best for that. And literally just start reaching out to people. Follow people who is in the same niche as you so you can learn from them. Mm-hmm. Don't reinvent the wheel, people. There's so many people out there who's already done all the legwork. They're offering these classes or information for free. A lot of them are for free. So just learn from them. Reach out to them and say, hey, I've been following you for a while. What tips can you give me? Or they're probably sharing it already. Because like I said, if you are an entrepreneur of any sort, you are just out there helping people because that's the whole name of the game. So.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been posting all these comments from everyone saying preach to they love your positive attitude to just your inspiration. I mean, you're really impacting lives. And I mean, I know that's one of your goals, whether it's in the exam room or whether it's online. So you're definitely making that happen. Another comment here, definitely agree with you. They learn how to engage on LinkedIn and, you engaging on their posts. And the young man that you were referring to earlier, Mr. Abiola, he's a student optometrist over in Nigeria. And, he was just talking about the inspiration and you engaged with him earlier. So that's great. And then again, people love your positive attitude. This is amazing. And shout out to the CEO of My Eye Doctor, Miss Sue Downs. She's doing an incredible job with, getting that organization back into where we need to be with this pandemic that we've been going through. They've done an incredible job with making us doctors feel safe in the facility and also making the patients feel safe as well. And her comment is, love you, keep great docs coming together and sharing. Thanks for all that you do, keeping us connected. Be well, stay healthy. Thank you, Sue Downs. And man, they're coming in. They love you, Kristie. What can I say? You're phenomenal. Let's see, what else do we have here? David Butler, great guy. He's big into inspiring people and motivating people. He puts out some great content. You guys should definitely check him out on Instagram. That's what it's all about. We are in a people business. I agree. We're in a relationship business. So you have to make sure that you make that key relationship, whether it's, again, business to business or doctor to patient, whatever it is. That's how this world moves. Your hustle is inspiring. There you go. I guess I can agree comments the entire time.
It's one day at a time. And I think that's what people don't realize. You just have to decide that you want to change. and go from there. So it has to change up here first. So it doesn't matter where else, you have to decide up here that you want to change. And from there, you move forward. You figure out what platforms, what option is there for you, and what kind of, can be part of your passion. What can you stand behind? So from there, like I said, you just move forward and it will grow as long as you're passionate and putting in your time. It's not an easy life being an entrepreneur. I literally would say I work all the time. Yeah. I'm always on social media. If I'm not watching Netflix, which is different. If I'm on Netflix, and that's Netflix. But when I'm not, then I'm checking my phone to see how things are going, to see who's connecting, who's asking questions. But you literally do have to put in those small pockets of your time to invest in yourself. And that's what I want people to know. When you're an entrepreneur, you're investing in yourself. You're trying to build a legacy. You're trying to build a residual income that will continue to come in without you having to do so much work. You put all the hard work, really compact it in within like a 3 to 5 year plan, and it'll pay off afterwards.
Absolutely.
So you working smarter. And that's what one of my other philosophy is. You work smarter, not harder. I mean, the technology is there. There are people making tons of money doing stuff. I'm like, what? So, I mean, you just have to find your niche, like I said, and whatever it is, like, you just got to go for it.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we have a question here. Someone in Joburg said a celebrity asked them to be a part of their healthcare providers on their Instagram blog, and they wanted to talk about diabetes, doctors on call. I want to use the platform to build myself as a brand. Any advice in regards to, what she should do? How should she approach that? Or if she should even accept that opportunity?
Definitely accept it. It's better to accept, try it. Don't love it, then let go of it. But if you never accept it, you always think back, what if? So like I said, my one decision to do skincare led me to now partnering with 3 other amazing companies. And that's how I met Loretta. I met Loretta through Rodan and Pills. And she approached me. Like I said, I don't approach people. She approached me in a room full of strangers. She sat right next to me. And I'm over here trying to sit all by myself. Yeah. And she comes up, she goes, "Hi, my name is Loretta. What's your name?" And then from there, we just clicked. And I mean, when she started growing her group, she's like, "Kristie, you have to be part of this group." I'm like, why? So I mean, one opportunity leads to another. So you just never know what that entails. So like I said, don't live with the regrets. Try. Put in 110%. If it fails, then it wasn't for you. But if it succeeds, it's going to open up so many other doors. And you never know who you'll meet along that journey. So
very true. Very true. Wow. This is great stuff. Great information. I don't want to hold everyone up too long, but it looks like we have another comment here. Shots you miss are the ones you don't take. Oh man, Shane, that is golden. Very, very true. I agree with you on that one. You were full of just great words of wisdom. I would love for you just to share with all the folks that are hanging out with us today, what words of wisdom you have to just take, not their personal life, not their business life, but just everything to the next level.
So the best thing I can say is live your best life. Live today as if it's your last, but also plan for the future. Don't put off something that you can do tomorrow today, because what if tomorrow never comes? Spend time with people you love. If they are draining your energy, push them out. This is your storyline. You write that story every single day from the moment you wake up to the moment you close your eyes at night. So you are the choreographer of you're directing your movie. So direct it the way you want it. If you don't like something, change it. And that's why, people are like, why are you so happy and smiling all the time? Because why should I spend my day sad? It takes me more energy and effort to be sad than to be happy. Just one smile can change a person's life. So go out and change lives, people.
Yeah. I'm glad that you mentioned that. And also that last part, especially because right now we are seeing patients with masks on, and we have to still smile when we walk into that exam room, because people can tell if you're smiling or not. Your eyes speaks volumes. So just make sure that you're smiling. And I was on a podcast webinar earlier this week, and I think it was Dr. Chad Morgan. He had mentioned, outside of the eyes, You can tell with the cheeks. I got big cheeks, so when I'm smiling, you can see it just it is moving up and down, you know. So yeah, always smile because your eyes reflect it, and you know, live your best life as you had mentioned. You know, people are really feeling that. We're seeing that here online. Live your best life. Love what you do, Dr. Kristie. Keep up the great work. I mean, this is amazing. I really appreciated you hanging out with me today, and I really want folks to continue this dialogue with you. So I would love for you to share, you know, what your social media handles are, your best contact information. I want it all because people are going to go back and listen to this, and they may want to know about Rodan and Phils. They may want to know about Dr. Light. They may want to know about the eyewear line. You know, they may want to know about OptoZoom. So let's talk about that. If you don't mind just leaving that information for these folks that are listening.
Sure. So the easiest way to find me is probably on LinkedIn. If you're already connected to me on LinkedIn, all my social media handle is actually on my profile. And another simple place is Instagram, because I do list it on there as well. And it's open to the public, and it's at Your Skin Girl. That's your YOUR_ Skin Girls, SKINGIRL. So like I said, if you're interested in, like I said, setting up that web talk so you can make some residual income, just networking, definitely let me know. I will share with you my referral link so that way you can get started.
Awesome. Well, everyone, it's your favorite optometrist, Dr. Daryl Glover. And today I had the opportunity of hanging out with Dr. Kristie Nguyen. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I want you guys to know that this will be replayed on Facebook, and it will be repurposed on YouTube and as a podcast as well. You can follow Defocus Media at Facebook /defocusmedia.com. We also have a LinkedIn account, or you can follow me, Dr. Daryl Glover. That's Dr. Daryl Glover on all social media platforms, same handle. Thank you again for hanging out with your favorite optometrist. You guys have a great day. Keep up the great work. Stay blessed, stay healthy, and stay positive. All right. We'll talk to you later. You guys have a great one. Bye.